Hello people, this is the day after getting the lathe itself. I went back to the facility and I got most of the tools that came with the lathe. Let me show you a tiny bit what I got, and by the way, maybe I can also show you what we have going on in here. I think we have, when we calculate all the cars, we have 10 or 11 cars in here now. So quite a bit of project. I have 3 friends with me here, so of course not all the cars are mine. But this is my project at the moment. This is my old Escort. It has a tiny bit of a rust problem. I already did a little bit of angle grinding in here, but this side is still as it is. It looks pretty nasty, but now that I removed the fuel tank and the rear axle, it's pretty easy to get to. The rest of the car is pretty good, so I'm gonna do this because this is a very nice car. It's very fuel efficient. It's a turbo diesel, 1.8 turbo diesel, and everything is pretty much perfect except the rust problems. So I'm gonna fix it, and it's gonna be a car for my girlfriend. And also this is the car that I remachined the brake drums and the other stuff too. And here's another Escort. It's my friend's, and here is a Renault. It broke the cam belt, and I did some machining to the head, and it should be ready to go back in a few days. And this is maybe the most ambitious project that's going on here. Maybe it will share the first place with my Nissan pickup truck, which I haven't touched for about a year. But I will finish this summer because I really need this truck, and I have all the parts for it. Just need the time to fix it, put it back together. It has a broken gearbox, and I already have a new one right in there. And also some other new parts. I just need to put them in and repair some rust issues. Some minor rust issues. I don't know exactly what's going on with this car. I think he switched the engines on it and he put a new turbo, and here you can see a new exhaust manifold and something else. And our bikes are also here. This is mine and this is my girl's. But now let's get to the tooling. And here you can see the most of it. I have some boxes. Let's start with this one. Maybe I told you the lathe has a quick change tool post, and here are some stupid autofocus. One tool, I think it's an old Sandvik tool for a TNMG 16 insert. And here is a Seco potting tool with a movable blade. It's pretty nice. And another tool, I think this is also Sandvik. And here we have lots of tools, Seco and Sandvik, and a drill chuck and another potting tool with a blade. And here I have 2 new SKF made in Sweden M42 taps. Well, actually one is a starter tap and the other one is for finishing. And I have a drill chuck, some wrenches. Maybe this is for removing the chuck. Actually, I don't even know what spindle nose it has. Some ball insert grooving tool, This is Seco tools. Some brazed on tooling. I think this is probably a Soviet made tool. And what else? This also looks like Soviet made, I think. This might also be some really old Sandvik tools. Let's go through quickly what I have, because I don't even know. I don't even know myself. Oh, this is very nice. The other end is never used, and the other one is, I think it has been ground a little bit, but I think it will still work. Pretty nice. Anything else? Oh, there are even more of these. Using my teeth to open. This is a thinner blade, and this is all new, shiny, never used. What else? One more. Whoa. This is also new, never used. Too bad, I don't think I have any inserts for those tools, but I'll have to buy some. And another tool. One end is broken, one end is still usable. Some more brace tools, boring tools, more boring tools, some high-speed steel parting blades made in Sweden. I wonder why they had so many of these. I think this one is pretty much dead. Some high-speed steel bits. Another parting tool, Seco tools, but I think this is pretty much done for also. Looks pretty bad. I actually have exactly... No, this one has a bigger insert than my tool. It's pretty nice. This is... Actually, I'm not sure what size this insert is. But it's pretty big. Nice. Until M16. I mean up to M16. And even more parting blades. One end may be usable. Still more parting blades. This one had a catastrophic failure. One end may be usable. And still more parting blades. One end is still good, one is pretty much destroyed. Seems like they did a lot of parting on this lathe. Or at least they were doing a lot of breaking parting tools. And some extra jaws. And in this box I have some more jaws. And some quick change tool post inserts. And this is also nice. I haven't had one of these before. This is a knurling tool. It's very nice actually. Boring blade. This is probably Seco. It's a little bit old stylish, but I think it will still work just fine. It has a broken insert, but I have some new. And here you can see some collets. They are all unused, wrapped in grease paper. and I think the sizes go maybe until 60 millimeters, so pretty big, and there are lots of them. I think they go from 10 to 60 millimeters. And of course I also have a collet chuck right here, and until I saw this I didn't even believe lathes big as this had collet chucks, but here we have one. It's pretty nice. And speaking of chucks, here is one more 3-jaw. I can't see the make, but I think it should be pretty good because it has twin ways for the jaws. And here is one regular size 4-jaw. I think it's 400 millimeters, and this is probably 250. Independent 4 jaws. And also what's pretty nice, I don't think I will ever need this, but this one. This is not small. I think the diameter is around 800 millimeters. And it can only be installed when the gap is removed. I don't think I will ever need it, but it's still nice to have. I think it's unused also. All of these are dusty, but I think they are all unused. And also they have no rust, it's only dust. And this one also. I think this has never been used. And this it has a sticker in it. I think it's made in Germany. Bergman. I think it's pretty good. This one has no make, but I think it's original TOS. And also I think this is original. And also the collet chuck, of course, is original. And then we have these steady rests. This is the small one on the top, and below it, right here, is the bigger one with maybe around 400 millimeter bore in the middle, and here is a following rest. So 3 steady rests. And let's try to continue with the tooling. One more box to go. There's the chuck wrench, and pretty nice looking. I think it's been used twice when looking at the marks left by the tool post. It's a threading tool. Very nice. Wrench. Another one. Another. Oh, this is the same one. Boring tool. And this is nice. Morse 5 Live Center. It's made in... where it's made? In Czechoslovakia. Made by Skoda. There's a Skoda logo. Can you see it? Yeah, pretty nice. The bearing seems to be pretty good. And also the cone is looking pretty good. And the Morse shank is also good. This should be pretty good for my use. And what else? Some type of a holder for high-speed steel bits. And another threading tool. This is for a large insert. I think this is a 22 millimeter insert or a 22 size insert. It's pretty good looking. And some more tools. This is also really nice. A boring tool made by Seco or Sandvik. And one more boring tool. This is the same model but larger. Very nice. Looks to be in good condition. Seco or Sandvik. And also with a quick change holder. And I like this type of a holder because it's easy to make new tools for this. It's just a simple dovetail. I think that quick change post is original. Some chuck jaws again. I wonder why there are so many. 2 or 3 extra sets. But I can't see any outside jaws. Which is weird. Actually, these are outside jaws. Yes. Okay, continuing the tour. I just got a phone call. So, I got some electric wire that was hooked to the lathe and some aluminum pipe. And these parts are, it's a sorisuoja. It's a protection device, eye protection device. And this is a railing, and there's kind of a hood with a glass window in it that slides on these rails. And it has some lights in it. So it's just a safety device, and it will be bolted to the wall behind the lathe. And I think I'm gonna sell these because I know I cannot install it where I will put the lathe. So if anyone is interested, this one's for sale and it will be cheap. And the hood is not here yet. I will get it tomorrow. And here you can see the coolant pan, which I think is actually unused. And we weren't able to find the pump, so it's probably missing. But I have some pumps that I can attach to this if I want to use flood coolant. And here I have some kind of a block with 2 T-slots. This is also never used. I'm not completely sure what it's for, but the lathe has 2 T-slots on the cross slide. I think these will go to the T-slots. So it will be some kind of a piece that if you do boring work, you can attach it here. You can attach a boring work to the carriage and have a shaft going between centers with a cutting tool. Keith Fenner has many videos about that. Maybe I will have to try that sometime. Maybe this is related to something like that. And I have many of these, some kind of tool holders. It's pretty dark. And actually I have no idea what these are used for. They also have T-slot nuts in the bottom. No idea what they're for. They might also be for this block. I think these T-slot nuts will slide in these T-slots. And then you can attach a tool on this block. Why? I'm not completely sure. Actually not sure at all. And actually no idea. And here is another tool that I don't have too much of a clue what it is. I think this is a Morse 6 or 7 shank. I first thought it would go to the spindle nose of the lathe, but it will not, because the spindle through hole is 80 millimeters. And this at its widest, I think it's around 80 millimeters. So I think this is too big for this is too small for the spindle taper. And in the bottom, I mean at the end, there is, it looks like this. I have no idea what this is for. If you know, please let me know. very weird. And continuing, maybe the nicest thing that came with the lathe, of course, along with the collet chock, and the collet is in this box. I think you all know what it is. It's a tool post grinder. It's not unused because there is some marks of use in the stone, but it sure is good as new. And it has some accessories, and looks like the lathe will have a plug that this will attach to. It's pretty nice. I think I will have some use for this. A nice wooden box. Okay, so this is pretty much what I have in that wooden box. There's some more thick electric cable. So this is what I got today, but I'm still going back tomorrow because there is one more very interesting addition, and that's a taper turning attachment, and it is all new. It's in a wooden box, and it actually has some hay straws under it, so it's packed in straws, which is pretty funny, I think. And it's also in grease paper, and it probably weighs around 150 to 200 kilograms. So the box will not be very easy to lift, but I'm gonna get that tomorrow. My trailer tires were screaming from pain even with this load. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna get the taper attachment, and also I have some oil, hydraulic oil for lathe gearboxes, so I'm gonna get that tomorrow also. Okay, I think that's finally everything. I can be nothing but extremely happy. This was awesome, and even the people there helping me were just awesome, wonderful. I got some very, very nice, friendly help. And also the truck driver was pretty awesome. He was not not very cheap, but you can understand the price because the truck was only doing my work for the 4 hours that the moving took. Okay, and by the way, this is my rented workshop. This is the cold side, and this is the warm side, which is an old place for cows. I cannot remember the English word, but maybe you can help me. It's been maybe 20 years since the cows were here. It still stinks like cow shit, but it's not too bad. I have some cars stored in there, and my bikes also. Okay, this video is now long enough, so my next videos will be either about the mystery project, or about the lathe, or something else. You never know what happens in the day that you wake up, as I just saw. So again, thank you for watching, and see you again. Bye.